You care to repeat that for the audience?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Alex and Rufus Talk About, episode 7942. I am your most excellent host, Alex, with my other most excellent co-host, Rufus.
How's it going,
Rufus, what's going
Alex?
on? We got a new streaming setup. We got a little on-air light. This is awesome, dude. I feel fancy.
We're going to see if this actually works. We
Oh,
might
we'll
talk
try.
for half an hour and then nothing works. And it's a
Hey,
disaster,
that's
like
what's been
every other
happening the
time we've
last
been doing
month.
this.
So we haven't at least we haven't solved any of the world's problems in the last couple of weeks because that wouldn't have been good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into it. I finally caught up on Peacemaker. I know
All
it'll
right.
make you happy.
Well, I'm up
See,
to date with Peacemaker. I guess there's a
there. I
new
mean,
one today, but up
the
till
new episode's tonight. Yeah, episode 7. So we're both caught up through episode 6. Now, I remember a couple of weeks ago you said there were a couple funny things in the season that you thought I would, or that you found humorous, or maybe you thought I would find humorous, and you
all
said
right.
wait until I see it. And then do you remember what that was?
Yeah, I think I was just going to comment on the ridiculous gun that the Eagle Hunter guy pulls out. That
Yeah,
so like when that first happened.
I love when he shoots the wrong eagle.
Uh, so when that first happened, I was like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is not a real. Like they picked this to be as ridiculous as possible
Of course, yeah,
because
no,
like there's like in ballistics there's like a limit to like barrel length benefits, right? Because
yeah. It's like when the Joker pulls out that crazy gun in Batman '89. It's like
mhm. Well
it wouldn't work if it
it's
was really a pistol. It would need to be something else to
well
have a rifle
it's
like that.
it's adding like velocity because the gases expand, right? But at a
Yeah.
certain point, you're not in the barrel. But at a certain point, you're not getting much additional benefit from that. But you are adding friction, so there's like a trade off. So there's
So
only
it's
so
diminishing
far.
returns. Yeah, at
Yeah,
that
yeah.
point. Yeah.
But so then I looked it up, and it's an actual gun that's used for hunting birds. It's called a
Oh,
punt
no
gun,
way.
and it was used in like the
It would
19th
be.
century. They would get on
It would be called a
boats,
punt gun.
little boats called punts, and they would like shoot like geese and ducks and stuff, and I guess passenger pigeons, and that's why they're extinct. And they were basically like mega shotguns, where you would just completely fill the sky with shot, and it would kill every bird in the sky.
Just kill everything in the impossible. That sounds like
Um,
a blunderbuss, but more effective, I guess.
yeah, I mean, so it was still clearly there to look ridiculous. Um,
Yeah. Well, like the entire character is. I don't know if he's
yeah,
from the
yeah.
lore of the comics or not. I'm not familiar enough with the stereotype.
But yeah, so the Walking Dead guy looked ridiculous with the punt gun shooting at the eagle, got killed.
That's how you know him. You know him from The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
I just know him as Michael, like the guy who's been in a million James Gunn movies at this point. He's
yeah.
Yondu, and
James Gunn does tend to reuse
he was
people.
in.
So did I send you
Yeah, exactly. So
this link to James Gunn and the Office lady
The Office. Oh, well, something about that.
Jenna
I remember you
Fisher?
sent
Right.
me.
So like they were
Yeah,
married. Who played Pam? They were married for
yeah.
like 8 years in the 2000s. I didn't know that until like the other day. So
I would have had no idea. Yeah.
yeah, so like they made a movie together that's about like, and it's like semi improvised in their house about like the downfall of a marriage. So
That's I guess that's on brand for them. So
yeah, so the whole like the link I sent you is a video, and the gag is James Gunn is like doing this scene, and he keeps like making the same joke about anal sex, and Jenna Fisher is like, "Well, don't do that. My parents could watch this." And he's like, "Okay, okay, I got it this time. I got it. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna." And then he starts the scene. He starts going back. So when we were having anal sex last night, see,
so his humor hasn't changed at all in the
no,
over the years, and you can see why people get tired of him.
well, that you're right, and that's the whole thing. He got canceled over too, right? Or he wasn't really
Yeah,
canceled because he's still in charge of DC, right? But
yeah,
he temporarily canceled over like he has a very raunchy sense of humor, and he won't like stop with it. Um, so
hmm
he can't turn it off, and so I thought that was interesting. Like two people I did
yeah.
not
You can
know
definitely
had
see it come
anything to
through in
do
his
with each
work.
other.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, So you're not a fan of.
To that, yeah, she was. Yeah, I don't know.
So you're not a
Oh, I
fan
froze.
of. Can you see me now? You're moving.
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah. So you're not a fan of Peacemaker
Okay,
season
sorry.
two.
Yeah, no, I froze. I meant
Yeah.
it's been all right. I don't, there's just a lot of fluff. I don't really, you know, I'm not as interested in the love story. I'm more interested in him exploring the other universe. I guess the love story is what people care about. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, the reveal this week or the most recent episode is that the other universe is Earth X, which is Nazi Earth.
Hmm.
Um,
Apparently, yeah. I don't know if that's established in actual DC lore or if that's something new,
it's apparently
but
it is something from DC lore. Like there's an Earth called Earth X, and it's full of Nazis. Um,
because there have been versions of characters where they're fighting Nazis and stuff in
hmm.
modern, times and all that. So,
Right.
um, I thought, I mean, even before I saw the reveal, you knew something was up because when you're watching any modern TV show and in multiple shots there's only white people, it really stands out
Hmm.
nowadays. It really sticks out like a thumb. So you knew something was up.
Yeah.
When a modern TV show didn't have one extra of color or anything, it was literally like just Nazi Germany 1941. So
Hmm.
um, I thought
Yeah.
it took a little long to get to that reveal because it's like, really? There wasn't a single American flag
Hmm.
anywhere
Or really,
in this entire place,
like you couldn't like have the plot start earlier than episode 7.
Yeah, because it's yeah, because then immediately you're turned off by this entire place, like
Yeah.
So
Well, I
now
mean, I
the interesting
guess.
thing is how they're all trapped there in different ways, and they're all gonna have to try to get together to find their way back. It's almost like the Umbrella Academy.
Well, part of what's interesting, I guess, or is meant to be interesting, is like there's different the different characters, different takes on being in an alternate universe.
Hmm.
So, you had the speech with Adebayo um, and Peacemaker in a couple episodes ago, where she's like, "No, this is bad. Don't go to an alternate universe.
Yeah,
It's not real, right? This is not your brother. This is not your dad. You're not a hero because that's the other guy." Um,
yeah,
and then he's like,
yeah,
"Well, but what if this is what it's meant to be?" And she's like, "No, that's not a thing. Like, this is not the world you come from." And he's like, "No, this is good. I'm gonna abandon everyone I know." Um, and then you have Adrian, who's vigilante, who's just like, "Well, I wonder if there's an alternate me." Um, and
I didn't
you,
mind the scene of him finding the alternate him.
I
It was
thought that was
interesting how
fun.
the alternate him would be. It was cute, but it was how I don't understand the world yet, where it's some of them are exactly the same except Nazis, some of them are
Hmm.
exactly the same except they hate each other. It's just I want to see more of it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think my interpretation is that vigilante here is Antifa.
Hmm.
So he's gonna he's fighting the Nazis, and that's why he hates Peacemaker
Yeah,
X. Um,
Peacemaker X. It's like Malcolm X, but wider.
yeah. Yeah. So I guess it's more interesting now that you've
It's
caught up.
slightly more interesting. Slightly. I mean, the stuff with the brother's been all right, but again, it doesn't feel like they've had any real moments where it made it matter.
Hmm.
Like it's like, oh, it's his brother's there, and they're building up how he had to make all these decisions as a kid, like they had to kill the alien to get the stupid portal and all that stuff. But I don't really feel like the brother itself matters outside of setting up this whole Nazi angle and how
Well, I mean,
I don't.
I think
And the
it's
dad has been MIA the entire time, except for now knocking economists out. But of course, that's going to be when they're saying, "Hey, like your son killed your son," like they're going to obviously believe him and be like, "Yeah, something's not right here."
well, I think for him to overlook the Nazi of it all, it has to be like this is everything he ever wanted, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
So is he a Nazi? Does he actually hate
well,
blacks and stuff?
he doesn't, right? But his
That's
dad
what I'm
raised
saying.
him,
Yeah.
and his dad is a Nazi, is a like KKK
Yeah, his
guy.
dad's a white supremacist, yeah, or
Yeah.
whatever.
So he's taken on, I guess, blindness to it, right? Um, because he didn't
In
notice
a
it was all
way,
white
he
people,
didn't notice it. Well, again, I
but
if
he
you're in the
was.
moment, would you necessarily notice it if it wasn't made apparent to you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if you would necessarily notice just driving around, especially when he's in such a elated mood. It's not
Mhm.
like he was looking for things to be off.
Yeah.
Whereas
I mean,
nerds like us would be like every little thing we'd be like, what's different in this world?
we would be like vigilante, being like Cheerios. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No black people. What?
That would
Um.
be we'd probably notice that pretty quick.
Yeah. Um. That it would be a pretty big change to society.
Oh
So
yeah, I think we would notice.
yeah. Um. So I guess that's Peacemaker. We've given it 7 chances to get interesting, and it looks like it might finally.
Yeah, I guess on the well, no, we've given it 6 chances. I think on the seventh they might finally stumble into something. I want to know. It's like, what are they going to do to Adebayo? Are they going to shoot her? Are they going to put her in jail?
Mm-hmm.
Do these people just are they afraid of blacks, but they've never actually dealt with one? Like, I have no idea where this is going to go. It's just, it's something that I at least want to see where it goes now, which is new.
Okay. Yeah.
Previously, I didn't give a shit. So yeah.
So I had that story to tell. While we have a few minutes left about
Oh, please, yeah.
the life hack I figured out, which
Okay,
is
yeah.
a life
Go ahead.
hack to get free sex toys in the mail. Um, so so this um, a couple weeks ago I got an invite because
Oh God.
I reviewed too many Amazon items.
I'm almost afraid of where this is going now.
It's not that bad.
That was one of the that
So
was one of the first things I remember looking up on either eBay or Amazon when we were in like in 1998 or 99,
mhm,
looking up a dildo on eBay or Amazon, and they were there at the time,
yeah.
which I don't believe they are now. But go
Oh,
ahead. I'm
they
sorry.
they, they are. So uh, I reviewed too many things. I got invited to the Vine program. Um,
Okay, I
so
know about that. Yeah.
so that's like you review stuff, and they'll send you stuff for free to review it, and you're supposed to review everything you get sent. And there's tax consequences, right? So they keep track of the value of everything you order, and if it exceeds $600, then they start um, sending info to the IRS, and you have to pay taxes on on it like it's income. So if you
Gotcha.
order
Okay.
$1,000 worth of stuff, then they tell the IRS they gave you $1,000 essentially. So you have to be careful what you order. And I was like, oh, but what certain things have zero taxable value? And it's like, okay, health and wellness items have zero taxable value.
Oh God.
So stuff like supplements, stuff
Yeah.
like bandages or whatever. I
Sure.
I injured my hand the other week, so I bought like a splint thing for my hand. Tried that out,
And
and
you're gonna
then
review it. Yeah.
there's a hidden category called sexual wellness, and that's where they put the sex toys. So in
I would hope
theory,
so. They're not just scattered about in children's books and
well, a lot of
fucking.
things are mislabeled.
I was gonna
so
say, yeah. That's
so there's
a lot of things are mislabeled.
so so I have seen several sex toys come up. I have not ordered any of them yet. Um, but in theory, I can now get free toys sent to my house.
So that's free, but that's not free in the sense that I thought, where you because you're actually providing a service for that. So this is quid pro quo.
Well, and I think I would need another partner to like
Oh
do
God,
an
I'm not
honest
testing these
review.
fucking things with you. Oh
No,
Jesus, yeah.
I'm saying like I'm not
Christ.
going to order things I can't review if
Yeah,
because
fuck
like
yourself with a bunch of Amazon dildos. God. Oh man, if Scuba Steve could see us now.
well most of the
Now
stuff.
there's a guy that we could there's a guy that probably needs a few bucks that you could get to fuck himself with a couple Amazon Indonesian made dildos.
Do you remember?
Because he always could use cigarette money.
Do you remember at one point you tricked him into throwing out his drugs?
I remember we
Um,
both did. I remember
I
we
think
both did.
I
You were
might have been
involved.
involved somehow. I was in the car
You
at
were
least.
involved.
But you
We felt.
called
I mean,
him.
it was hilarious. It was probably the best prank we ever pulled. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what happened. Go ahead.
You called. I think we rode to get. You drove me to Westchester from Rochester, and on the way back,
We drove home.
you called
Yeah, we were
him
bored.
um, on a cell phone, and you said, "I'm with the state police. I'm gonna come investigate reports of drug activity at your location or something." And he
Well,
flushed his because he was a stoner, and
but what happened was these were not actually these were called Druid's Dreams. So these were not drugs that he bought from like some guy on the street. He bought these from the internet, and
mhm.
they were like pills or something. I don't know. They're probably crap. But I knew he bought them, so we called
This was the
in the car.
pre-fentanyl era.
This is
Um,
this was 2008, 2009. So we called, and I remember I said I was from the FDA, which
okay.
I remember distinctly. I said I was from the FDA because that was the hint that it's not real.
Mhm.
Because the FDA would not be calling about drugs, because even though they're the Food and Drug Administration, the DEA would be the one that would be concerned with something like this. So I believe you were involved. I could have sworn we left him two messages. Like I left one and you left another, something, because we had a 5 hour ride to kill time. I remember we got home that day to Rochester. We got back to the apartment, and Steve, he came out of his room like he looked white,
Mhm.
like he was like he saw a ghost. And what's up? And he was being real quiet about it. And then we kind of finally got it out of him. And we immediately told him that it was us because we felt bad. And we found out he flushed all the shit, and we ended up both paying him like $15 each to pay for it because we felt bad. Oh man,
Something
but
like that.
he's never gonna listen to this. But he was a smart guy, but not that bright. I'll say it that way. Bless his heart.
Yeah, I don't know what
Um,
I don't know what he's up to anymore. Like I haven't kept good track of him.
I
Um,
talk to him like once a year, but I don't get the vibe that he does. He's not super responsive. He's still in
mhm.
Rochester, kind of doing his thing. So, whatever.
All right.
God bless. As long as he's all right.
I have mind
But
photography.
yeah, exactly. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. I'll put his plug in the Instagram in the comments or whatever.
Oh god.
And
Um,
I saw your missing acoustical tile at work.
mhm.
Um, that reminded me of when I worked at NYU. I wasn't nearly as prestigious of a position as you are. I was just a lowly IT guy, but they had us in this cinder block closet room with no windows or anything, and it had an air conditioner that went all year. That
Mhm.
just blew all year. So what my coworker Yuri did, and a crazy Russian, he duct taped the entire thing, and then he caused like an HVAC issue because it was backing up and like overheating because it had no output.
Mhm.
But he at least broke it so that because literally it would be like 50 degrees in there in the winter, so we had to go sit in a different part of the office.
So this situation is like my off. Well, first of all, I don't have health insurance yet because they haven't they keep screwing that up.
Yeah,
And but so
that's
this
not good.
situation is, I think they built the medical school in like a building that used to be something else, like a warehouse or something.
That
Um,
happens a lot. Yeah.
yeah. So the exterior is still the old building, but then they like made the inside nice ish.
Yeah.
But the second floor is the top floor, but there's room above it that you could have like another couple of floors.
Sure.
So if you look up out through this missing tile, you can
I love how
see
they gave you started and brand new. They have an office where it's missing part of the fucking
it's
ceiling.
missing
That's
part
so
of the
weird.
ceiling. It's missing the
It's so
keys.
weird. The
Like
keys.
one of the people who started at the same time with me had keys. I don't have keys.
Yeah.
So they have to requisition keys. Um,
So you have to like buddy up with someone to get into your office.
I was just leaving it unlocked. Like I'm not bringing
Yeah.
anything in yet.
Anything
Um,
valuable, yeah. It's as if no one moved in yet.
um, and if someone steals my work laptop, it's like, well, that's your fault. You didn't give me keys.
You
Um,
should have figured this out. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so I can see up through this hole in the ceiling up to the roof, and which is like another 2 stories. So So if you had
It's
a
just a
ladder,
straight hole. It's not. It's
yeah,
not even like. Oh, wow, that's weird.
yeah. So it's a drop ceiling, but it's like they just put like a fake ceiling there, and it's like a movie set almost, where there's just
I was gonna say
space
because
up
that's really
there.
like nothing above you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that could.
So you could like get a ladder and you could walk around in between the tiles or something and like go between people's offices. And it's not like in a real building where it's the space is like 6 inches, right? This is
It's like a human sized.
or whatever the fire code would require, 2 feet or something.
Yeah,
This is like I could get up there.
yeah. It's like how in a James Cameron movie or in like Jurassic Park, people can walk around the vents that are just air vents.
Hmm.
You should not be able to walk around in them.
Yeah, so
That's
this
awesome.
is um
I love adventures like that.
and there's windows up there, so there's light.
But it's probably all dusty. It's not dusty, but there's like standing dust. So like the light comes through and it's got that weird.
There's probably already someone living there.
Yeah.
It is
Well, there was that guy that lived in Toys R Us, so maybe there's a guy living there.
in Rochester.
No, well, no, not there. I just in general, I thought.
Okay.
And there's a story about the guy who lived above a Toys R Us or something, or maybe it was a
Was
supermarket. I don't know.
was his
Doesn't matter.
name Joffrey?
I will say the last place I worked previously before this, they had a lot of parts because it was air. They were making basically these antennas that would go on airplanes and stuff. So we had
Hmm.
a lot of parts, and for some reason things were backed up with shipments or things weren't being. So we ran out of room on the first floor, like the base floor of the building, and we still owned part of the fourth floor, but we weren't using it anymore. So like, oh, let's just use the fourth floor for storage. And like 6 months later, like the fire marshal came by to do their like yearly inspection, and we're like, yeah, you can't put like 50 tons of material on that on a floor meant for like an office because it was actually Boeing like the third floor to the people below us.
Hmm.
And so I was like, that's a lawsuit. I remember seeing it, and then when they got rid of the shit, you could see the indentations made. I'm like it imprinted the superstructure of the building. It was crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
people, it's amazing what you'll find in these buildings when you start searching around.
Yeah. So I haven't like I probably won't ever go up there. But it's funny to
But it's
think that
it's fun to think about. Yeah,
to imagine I
I was
could
like,
go on adventures.
I always like doing like that's like that time that we almost broke into that house. You know,
Yeah. So
we didn't actually do it, but it was pretty fun to think about.
well, we got close to a felony there, because
I don't know if it a felony.
well, you were armed. You had a weapon, a deadly weapon with you,
I had a
and
knife.
right.
It
But
could have
this was
been.
not
It could have
like a
been a.
pocket knife. This was like
It was a
a
Bowie knife.
Bowie
Yes,
knife.
it was a Bowie knife.
But yeah, so we like went walking around where we lived, and there was this house that looked abandoned. Like the
This house was
windows,
terrifying.
the windows I think
It
were like boarded up, and like there was the mail had been coming for a while, and no one had checked it.
basically
And
a tree had hit the house, and it had like part of that like part of the house was like
hmm,
not caved in, but like fucked up.
yeah,
And the rest of it, like you said, was boarded up. The like the mail hadn't been picked up. The grass was overgrown. This thing looked abandoned.
right. So our
Um,
ideas, I guess, was urban exploration. Like we would go look around,
yeah, it was
and
fascinating to me. Like
I was like, well, we can try, but don't bring a weapon because that makes it like a home invasion with a deadly
well,
weapon.
that's the thing.
So that's
I didn't
like
tell
extra
you.
charges.
I didn't tell you we had a weapon until we were there because
Uh huh.
if I recall, the three of us, me, you, and Steven, the aforementioned brilliant Steven, we all dressed in black or as dark as we could. And I could have sworn we either parked far and walked or we walked the entire way because it wasn't that far from our house, one or the other. But
We parked closer and then walked.
we parked close and then walked. And then I remember Steven basically was like, I'll be the lookout. And he'd like fucking, he like waited in the street because he was always afraid.
Hmm.
So me and you start walking around the house. It was a creepy fucking house. Even in the
Well,
daylight,
we
it was a
didn't go
creepy
in.
house. No, we didn't go in. No,
We
I used to be in the grounds were super creepy. Yeah.
well, we tried one of the doorknobs and it was locked, and
Yeah.
that was as far as we went.
Because we decided at that point, then it's actually breaking and entering. Then it's not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like wandering into an abandoned. And that's when I also alerted you that I had the knife, and you were like, Well, that's a much bigger deal than just exploring. It's
Right.
like
And we were the
that's
neighbors
like
were
we're
out.
looking. It was
So
a
that
regular residential street. Well, no, it wasn't a residential street. It
so
was almost like a trailer park street kind of.
yeah,
Like it was like a really abandoned woody street, but there were people around.
right. So there
Um,
were neighbors who were like they were a little bit separated by some trees, but they were close enough that they could have seen and heard us easily.
especially if we opened a door. Well, plus if this house was abandoned and then all of a sudden you hear noises from it, you gotta look
And
curious what's going
flashlights
on.
and
Yeah,
like then that's like, oh, someone has broken
and then
into the house.
you see
Um
men in dark, because but also even if we got in there, I was in retrospect, it's like what happens if like the floor is out of
mhm.
or not out of order, but like it's decrepit and it breaks, like then we fall through. Like I was just having visions of like a Halloween movie with some hobo that murders people lives there, and we're gonna go fucking break into his house. But it was interesting. There was something about it that I just wanted to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think if it had been like unlocked, I might have stuck
Yeah,
my head in, but I would
yeah.
not have wanted
I
to like
probably wouldn't
hang
have
out
gone
in
too
there.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, plus we, as much as we joke and we've done stuff like to piss off administrations and to make fun of things, we're also not the type to go breaking laws necessarily or like doing things like I don't know. Neither me or you are the type to go breaking and entering. I don't feel unless we have a really good reason for it.
I
So,
mean, I think we're not like criminals, but we're like maybe these rules are flexible.
we're exactly, yeah, we're criminal adjacent, but we're not criminals.
We're not
Yeah, criminal adjacent.
we are
That
not
was great.
criminal
That was it.
adjacent.
We had a lot of
We're
great. You know
both
what? God bless.
upstanding citizens of
There are
the
some
world.
times that I'm like, oh man, I didn't have like great adventures, but I think of shit like that. That was really fucking fun though.
That was almost an
That was
adventure.
it was almost. I mean,
We
I'm trying to. If we
almost
think
went to
about,
jail for breaking and entering with a deadly
yeah, we
weapon.
almost went to jail. Um, Man, but I think about that ground, the place. It was like it was overgrown, and there's something about urban exploration, especially things that are abandoned, that's really
Yeah.
fascinating to me.
Well, there
And
was
as
a
much as it's well, go ahead. Yeah, you're gonna bring up the Underground Railroad, right?
mhm.
I love it. Or not? I'm sorry, not Underground. That's the thing from
Well,
Harriet Tubman.
no, there's the subway station.
Underground Subway. Thank you. Yeah,
Subway and underground railroad are two different things, Alex.
very different. Yeah, exactly. Oh, one involved Jared, and the other one didn't.
Um, yeah.